Start from the curriculum summary, your list of units organized by user, subject, or year level. Click Assessment on the unit card to open the Assessments Manager for that unit. Scroll down to the Add New Assessment section at the bottom of the page. Select the unit timing, choose the week within the unit that the assessment falls due. Enter a title for the assessment, for example, Persuasive Essay. Choose the assessment technique, for example, an extended response, project, or examination. Click Add Assessment to save the entry to the unit. The new assessment now appears in the assessments list for this unit. Click Edit on the new assessment to open the full details editor. The editor contains all fields for the assessment. At the top you can update the title, timing, duration, status, and technique. Scroll to the Australian Curriculum V9 section to link Achievement Standard components to this assessment. Select the learning area, for example, English or Mathematics. Select the subject. The list filters to match the chosen learning area. Some subjects have a sequence drop-down to narrow the content further. If available, select one, otherwise this step is skipped and year levels load directly. Select the year level. This loads the full achievement standard and its components below. The full achievement standard for this level appears here. Review the components below and select those that your assessment addresses. Click Add Selected Achievement Standard Components to copy them into the Achievement Standard Components field. The selected components are now added to the Achievement Standard Components field and will be saved with the assessment. The topic field describes the subject matter or theme the assessment is based on. Use the context field to describe the situation or scenario that frames the task for students. The description explains what students need to produce and submit. This is the core task specification. The conditions field specify how the assessment is conducted, group or individual, length, mode such as written, oral, or multimodal, and any other requirements. Add links or documents students will need. Use the drop-downs to pull in resources already added to the unit or subject. The stimulus field holds any provided materials, such as an image, text extract, or data set, that students respond to. Assessment checkpoints are the student-facing milestones for the task, for example, draft due, peer review, and final submission. Enter each checkpoint on its own line, or as a numbered or bulleted list with a brief description. Teacher checkpoints are internal milestones for the teacher, such as marking deadlines, moderation meetings, and result entry dates. Enter each on its own line or as a list. Click Apply Template to pre-fill a standard set of checkpoints for your school. Assessment scaffolding describes the support provided to students, worked examples, sentence starters, graphic organizers, or staged tasks. Authentication strategies confirm that the work is the student's own, for example, class-based writing, teacher observation, or draft comparison. Assessment objectives is primarily used for senior subjects. It lists the specific syllabus objectives being assessed in this task. The marking guide describes how student responses will be assessed, the criteria, standards, and what distinguishes different levels of performance. Making judgments explains how teachers use evidence from student work to make an on-balance judgment about their overall performance. The moderation field captures how assessments will be calibrated across teachers, for example, annotation meetings or cross-marking processes. Use the feedback field to describe how results and written feedback will be communicated to students. Additional notes is a free-form field for any other information, administration requirements, student adjustments, or teacher reminders. Click Update Assessment at the top of the page to save all changes. Your assessment has been saved. The full workflow is now complete, from creating the assessment to configuring every detail and linking achievement standard components. Not all assessments will need every field completed. Fill in the sections that are relevant to your assessment type and context.